Very good afternoon. I am Sanjay Kumar, Professor, Head and Dean of Computer Science and IT Department in Ravi Shankar University, Raipur, Chhattisgarh, India, which is a state government NAAC grade university. So today on 2nd of June, 2022, I am going to take this class on a very important subject of microprocessor. Okay. So I start this class with some opening remarks. First, that I have taken this class. I had an opportunity to attend one class of microprocessor of Professor Kanta Rao. Professor Kanta Rao is a very big name in the area of microprocessor, and he was a professor at BIT Mesra, Ranchi. And second thing, objective of mine to upload this video is to make the knowledge permanent in public domain. Because you know, LIC has slogan, जीवन के साथ भी जीवन के बाद भी. That means मनुष्य का शरीर तो नश्वर है, लेकिन वीडियो अगर एक बार यूट्यूब में अपलोड हो गया तो अमर हो गया, बशर्ते कि कभी प्रलय ना हो जाए. ओके, सो ऑब्जेक्टिव एंड मोटो बिहाइंड making this video is to pass on this knowledge which I have received to the future further generation. So, and one thing more, microprocessor is a subject, rather it is a very, very important subject. But what happens that whenever students start studying this microprocessor, then they are directly exposed to the very big and lengthy diagrams of 8085, 88, 86 Pentium architecture, and then they get lost in memorizing various activities of different registers, etc., like program counter, etc. But the diagram which, with the help of which today I will explain, that is some sort of comprehensive or generalized diagram, which will rather encapsulate all other diagrams. That means after understanding this diagram, which I will show you shortly, you will be able to understand any type of microprocessor, 8085, 688, like this. So I will cover on following points: use of microprocessor, history of microprocessor, then I will give brief introduction of microprocessor, then I will deal with architecture of a basic microprocessor, and then we'll see general working of a microprocessor, and I will deal little bit with bus system also. In the coming 40-50 minutes. So, as you know that use of microprocessor is well known. You might be knowing that microprocessors are used in your laptops, mobile phone, computers, satellites, missiles, etc., and many more. Regarding history of microprocessor was developed by the scientist Ted Hoff in the year 1971. And you know, there are 4 generations of computers. First generation is four generations of computers are like this. First generation came in 194. Second was in 1947. Second generation 1959, and fourth came in 1971. That means the year of independence of our country India, second generation came, and first generation made use of what is called valve or vacuum tube. Okay, mind the spelling of vacuum. What is the spelling of vacuum? If you ask somebody, he will say VACCUME. VACCUME. But let me tell you, this is wrong and this one is correct. VACWM. So anyway, vacuum tube. Then came transistors. Then came IC, and then came microprocessor. So after this, let us discuss something about its introduction. So this is a general type of microprocessor, rather 16-pin microprocessor. Which is something like this. There are 16 pins, and this is called 16-pin microprocessor, and journey started something like this. Intel developed. Intel, you know, this is chip making company. Intel 4004, then 8008, then came 8085, 8086, 8088, 80286, 80386, 80486, 80586, which is called what? This is called Pentium, which nowadays is being used up. Pentium machine is 80586. You should know that ICs or microprocessors are identified by their unique number. The way in which you are identified by your roll number, enrollment number, in market IC is available with its IC number. So Pentium is a trade name, but actual technical name is Intel 80586. And what happened? A small story, that when IBM launched PC, personal computer, in the year 1981, then IBM had two choices. Either to purchase this Intel 8088 or purchase Motorola 6800. Have you heard the name of Motorola? This is a company in parallel to Intel only, and there was a competition. But IBM preferred Intel 8088 because it was cheaper. And since then, Intel is being used up even up to now. So this is all about this introduction part of this IC, microprocessor. Let us see now the architecture. Architecture of a general microprocessor. I am not taking any particular microprocessor. As I told earlier also, I will discuss a generalized diagram. So it is something like this. Four-bit data bus. Three-bit control bus. Then there is a clock. I will tell you the meaning of clock. Multiplexer. And there is RAM. This is RAM. And here there is a 16-bit address bus. Zero 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 to FF, like this. And here there are certain functional units, some like this. Add, and these are two local registers R1 and R2. This is add unit. Suppose this is subtract unit. Local register R1 and R2. Then is multiply R1 and R2. Then is division R1 and R2. And then is, and there is one local register R, and then is OR, local register R, like this. And this is tri-state. Tri-state means which has three states: on, off, and disconnect. This may be on means 0, off 1, disconnect. If I do not show disconnect, then it will take automatically it as 0. That is why there are three states. And here also like this, tri-state. And here something like this. This is called enable signal, which is equal to 0. Enable signal is also called control signal. Here also enable signal is equal to 0. Here also there is enable signal, suppose this is 1. Here also there is enable signal, which is something 0. Here also there is enable signal, which is equal to 0. This is enable signal. is equal to 0. So clock means actually there is a crystal oscillator. That means it keeps on generating clock signals repeatedly. Clock signal is what? Something like this. This is called your clock signal. Just like your first period is there 10:30 to 11:30, 11:30 to 12:30, second period. Suppose C is being taught in first period, data structure in second period. Each and every subject is synchronized with periods. In computer, each and every activity is synchronized with clock pulses. For example, suppose I have to add 2 and 2, 2 plus 2. Then, from architecture point of view, there are 4 important operations. What are those 4 operations? Load, second is decode, third is fetch, fourth is execute, fifth is write. That means load the instruction from RAM to register. Decode means identify the units. For example, identify the unit means who is suitable for doing what work. Suppose I have to assign certain work to somebody, then that is called decoding. Fetch means again loading the operands. What is operand? This 2 is operand. Okay. And this plus is called instruction. Okay. And 2 is operand, or this is also called data or operand. Both are same thing, data or operand. If there is 4-bit data bus, then 4-bit data is coming here, 4-bit data is coming through this. That means what is happening? 4-bit data is coming. 4-bit data means 2 raised to 4 distinct data or operands are possible. What are those? From 0000 to 1111. This may carry 0000, this may carry 1111, like this. Anything, 16 possibilities are there. So this is this data 2, and plus means instruction. From RAM to register it will be loaded, operation will be performed, and result will be written back from register to RAM, that is this write operation. These are the 5 basic operations behind any particular statement or execution of a statement. So I was telling about this clock pulses. These are, what are these things? These are called clock pulse. And what happens? Suppose I take one operation and one is completed in 1 clock cycle. Although this is not always valid, then what will happen? Suppose this is first clock cycle. First clock cycle. Then suppose this one is second clock cycle. In this way, third, fourth, fifth. So, load operation will be performed in first clock cycle. Decode will be performed in second clock cycle. Fetch will be performed in third clock cycle. execute in fourth and write in fifth clock cycle. And this clock, as I told, is a crystal oscillator, work of crystal oscillator, that it continuously keeps on generating clock pulses. For example, Intel 8085 has 5 megahertz clock speed. Intel 8085 has 5 megahertz clock speed. What is the meaning of this? It is generating 5 into mega means 6, 10 raised to 6 cycles per second. That means how many number of cycles in 1 second? 5 into 10 raised to 6 cycles are generating in 1 second. And each and every operation is synchronized with these clock pulses only. Meaning is clear. You go in market and purchase your computer. It is so much gigahertz, like that. So 5 megahertz means it is generating 5 into 10 raised to 6 cycles in 1 second. These are the clock cycles. Each and every operation is synchronized here. That is why a new term MIPS comes into picture, millions of instructions per second. I am not going into detail of that. Anyway, this is all about, in short, about clock pulses. And multiplexer is a device which selects any one out of many. For example, by train you are going from Raipur to Bilaspur. Then in Bilaspur there are two bifurcations. One is going in, suppose, Rourkela side, second is Katni line. Then you will select again one. Okay, that is called multiplexing. Here also multiplexer will select any one functional box here. How? By enable signal. This is called enable signal or control signal. Suppose we want multiplication, then it will activate this functional box by making this enable signal 1, others are 0. In this way multiplication functional box will be activated. Then what will happen? Something like this, 4-bit data will come through this data bus from here to in first local register R1, here in multiplication, and first 4-bit data will come in R1 in first clock tick. In second clock tick, second 4-bit data will come in R2. In third clock tick, execution will take place. In fourth clock tick, first part of result will go in RAM, and in fifth clock tick, second part of result will go in RAM. Question arises, why 2 parts of result? Reason is that suppose I am multiplying 1000, 1000 and 100 like this. These are 4-bit data. These are 2 4-bit operands or data. Suppose you multiply, what will be the result? 1000. That is, there are 7 bits. I am adding one more. That means after multiplication you will get 8-bit number, and therefore I am calling this is first part of result and this is second part of result. So in fourth clock tick, first part of result will be written from register to RAM. In fifth clock tick, second part of result will be written from register to RAM. So this was the diagram, and regarding this address bus, 16-bit address bus means 16-bit address bus means bus means it can address how many addresses 2 raised to 16 addresses are possible. With 2 bits, how many number of combinations are possible? 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 4, 2 raised to 2. With 16 bit, 2 raised to 16. That is equivalent to, that is equal to 65536 addresses are possible. Starting from, if you are starting from 0, then it will go up to 2 raised to 16 minus 1. If you are starting from 1, it will go up to 2 raised to 16. So you are starting from 0 to 2 raised to 16 minus 1. That means this number is equal to what? 65535. 0 to 65535. These are the addresses possible. And in computer domain, what we write, because addresses, RAM is just like hostel, and there are various room numbers. In RAM also there are various locations, and each and every location is identified by its address. So since this is very large in number, therefore hexadecimal notation is used to show the addresses of RAM. Generally, it is not essential thing, it is for our convenience only. 0000 to FFFF, okay, because as I told earlier, 0 to 2 raised to 16 minus 1, and that means 0 to 65535. Okay, after this, yes, one more thing I would like to tell. Next board I use like this. Let 000 means add, 001 means subtract, 010 means multiply, 011 means division, 100 means add, 101 means sorry, this is not add, this is AND or like this, and 110, 111 are remaining unused. Why I am writing like this? Because you see 3-bit control bus. Bus is a group of electrical wires. Bus is a group of electrical wires. This is a group of electrical wires, something like this. 3 electrical wires are there. Suppose one is carrying current in this direction. Suppose this is 0, this is carrying in this direction, this is 1, this is carrying in this direction, it is 0. So this is the concept behind this. So that means multiplication means, I had shown here, multiplication means 010. That means here 010. So this functional box is activated by 3-bit control bus. And for activating this, what should be the control signal? 000. For this 001, 010, 011, 101, 110, like this. Okay. And these are called, entire this thing is called, you might have heard the name opcode or operation code or object code, and all these things are called, what is called mnemonic code, Have you heard the name of this? Mnemonic code. See the spelling. M, mnemonic is starting from M. M is silent. And here not I. Here there is E. So mind it, mnemonic code. And this is operation code. And assembler converts this mnemonic code into opcode. Assembler converts mnemonic code into opcode. And this is entire thing is called from here to here. This is called instruction set. These are all the names you must have heard here or there, but you might not be aware of its concept. Instruction set, from where this instruction set is coming? Instruction set means set of machine instructions, not ordinary your high level language instructions. Suppose in C scanf, printf. Is this the part of this instruction set? No. High level language instructions statements, whatever you are writing, that is not the part of instruction set. This is instruction set of machine instructions. That means set of these opcodes which are possible. And opcode will depend upon what? Functional parts, functional units, these things. Opcode is dependent upon these functional units. This is entirely hardware thing, and this is all the part of ALU, arithmetic logic unit. Okay, this is clear. So this is how this instruction set is coming into picture. For example, RISC machine has instruction set of 100 instructions. CISC machine has instruction set of around 350 instructions. From machine to machine it may vary depending upon its architecture. So this is all about instruction set, and as I told earlier, I want to deal with bus system also. There are 3 buses: control bus, second is address bus. You can remember it as CAD. CAD means control bus, address bus and data bus. All are combinedly called system bus. Suppose in interview you are asked what is system bus, you should be able to tell this is the combination of all these 3 buses: control, address and data buses. And this is CPU, this is cache oblique main memory, this is input device 1, and there may be many input output devices. Input output device N. This one is bidirectional arrow. This is unidirectional arrow. Again this is bidirectional arrow. Mind it, the direction. So I have already told you the work of control bus, data bus, address bus. So this is all about this microprocessor. If you have any question, you may ask now.
Very good afternoon, sir. My name is Ashutosh Soni. I want to ask one question. What is minimum remaining of microprocessor?
4-bit microprocessor. Question is very good question. Sit down. Usually we come across the word 4-bit microprocessor, 8-bit microprocessor, 16, 32-bit, 64-bit microprocessor. So there are 3 buses: data bus, address bus, control bus. All buses have different sizes. Then 4-bit microprocessor means size of which bus? So it is the size of data bus. If somebody says 4-bit microprocessor, then that means size of data bus is of 4-bit, not address bus, control bus. For example, in Intel 8085 microprocessor, this is a 8-bit microprocessor. That means its data bus is of 8-bit. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Any other question?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir. My name is Pankaj Gupta. I want to ask one question. What is the meaning of 00?
Yes, sit down, sit down. Actually, here I had shown like this. This RAM is divided into various locations, starting from 0000 to FFFF. So 000 means, that means this is not ordinary 0 of your decimal system. This is in hexadecimal. That means it is something like this. Zero, 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 zero means this is hexadecimal system, weight is of 16. That means this 0 means 0 into 16 raised to 0, 0 into 16 raised to 1, 0 into 16 raised to 2, and 0 into 16 raised to 3. This will again come equal to 0 in decimal system. So this is hexadecimal notation of 0 only. Only? Yes. Any other question?
Good evening, sir. My name is Harsha Pandey and I have one question. What is the meaning of FFFF?
Okay. It is also the same thing. Here I had shown 0000 to FFFF.
Yes.
And I had also told that last address, total 16-bit address bus is there. That means how many address locations? 2 raised to 16. Starting from 0 to 2 raised to 16 minus 1. That is equal to 65535. If you convert this 2 raised to 16 minus 1 into decimal system, it will come, it is all 65535. And if you convert it into hexadecimal, it will be FFFF, something like this. Let us see. Suppose you convert FFFF into decimal system. What will be the result? 15 into 16 raised to 0, 15 into 16 raised to 1, 15 into 16 raised to 2, 15 into 16 raised to 3. That means 65535. That is equal to 2 raised to 16 minus 1, which I had told earlier also. This one, 65535. Okay?
Yes.
So this is all about this microprocessor, and notes are also being uploaded from description box you can download the PDF of entire notes. Okay, so thank you very much for patient hearing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.